Oh, yes, do you have them right now?
I can text my assistant, but we get over to you.
It's not. Judge, do you want to see these?
Yeah. Okay. All right. We're on the record in cause number DF 2415360. Councils, will you please announce for the record?
Jared Aldinger for petitioner Mary Kelly.
Michael Hanners for the respondent, James Anthony Powell.
Thank you. With those who intend to testify, please stand and raise your right hands. Do you all swear or affirm that the testimony you'll give will be the truth and the whole truth?
I do.
Thank you. Would anyone wish to invoke the rule at this time?
We'd invoke the rule, Judge.
Okay, so you were sworn in to testify, sir, as a potential witness, so you'll remain out in the hallway. And if your testimony is needed, the bailiff will come out and get you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And you're not allowed to talk to anybody out there about the case. Oh, no, I have digital. No, I don't want any paper. All right. So prior to going on the record, we discussed the sole issue, the sole narrow issue before the court involves the personal property distribution, which entails a convergent claim. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. And there were some exhibits that were pre-admitted. They will be admitted at this time. Petitioners exhibits 2 through 35 are admitted, and petitioners exhibit 1 is admitted as a summary. And respondents 1 through 14 is admitted, and 15 is admitted as a summary. All right, and you each have 15 minutes. That will include any opening and closing statements should you choose to make one, and it will also include any examination. Counsel, would you like to give an opening statement at this time?
Briefly, Your Honor, but before we proceed, could I get clarification on respondents' exhibits that were admitted?
Yes, 1 through 14, and number 15 was admitted as a summary.
I don't believe all 1 through 14 should be admitted on his behalf, on respondent's part.
Okay.
We agreed that
1 through 5.
We can go off the record briefly.
1 through 5, 13, 14, and 15 were agreed to with Judge Lee.
Okay,
And
1 through 5.
by the same token, on petitioner's exhibits, there were some exclusions.
yes, I agree with Judge Lee, what he just said.
You all figured this out before you got to me.
We did with Judge Lee.
Okay. But I asked you beforehand what were the exhibits, and you both said yes. I said 1 through 14 and 15 as a summary. You said yes. I asked you 2 through 35, 1 as a summary, and you said yes. So what are we doing?
I misunderstood. I thought Judge Lee submitted the exhibits with the ones that we had already taken out. So they may not be sequentially numbered. They may not all be in there. There may not be 33 exhibits for him or 15 for me.
Okay, so what is the correct? So respondents exhibits 1 through 5, 13, 14, 15 as a summary.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, petitioners exhibits are what?
A little bit more choppy than that, but it might be easier to say the ones that we've been to exclude.
Yeah, why do we do it that way?
Petitioner's exclusions are 5, 10, 14, 16, and 22.
Yep.
And then exhibit 15, only the first page was agreed to. The remaining pages were not.
That's correct.
So 2 through 9. So 1 is a summary.
Yes,
2
Your
through
Honor.
9, and then 11. Because 10 is excluded.
Yes, Your Honor, 11.
11 through
13.
all right, keep going.
14, 15 are out.
Okay.
Page 1 of 16 is in, and then 17 through 21 are in. 22 is out. The rest are in.
Okay, so 23 through 35.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Joy, you ready? All right, so there was some clarification on the exhibits. Petitioners 1 is admitted as a summary. Petitioners exhibits 2 through 9 are also admitted. 11 through 13 are admitted. Page 1 of exhibit 16 is admitted. Exhibits 17 through 21 are admitted, and exhibits 23 through 35 are admitted. On the respondents' exhibits 1 through 5 are admitted. Exhibits 13 and 14 are admitted, and exhibit 15 is admitted as a summary. Did I say that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Attorney Aldinger, you can start with your opening statement.
Your Honor, this was a very brief marriage, and you're going to hear today that outside of the assault that occurred on my client, there was another incident that occurred in October of 2024 when respondent returned to my client's house where they were residing together, broke a window. He left, my client left as well at the same time. She stayed away for 2 weeks because she was scared to return to the house after the police came. When she returned, none of the property that he's requesting was there. And at this point, she has no idea where it is. And there's been no conversion on my client's part of this property. And you're going to hear also today that she's more than happy to return it if it's ever located. That's all there is to it, Your Honor.
Thank you. Counsel, would you like to make an opening statement at this time?
Yes, Your Honor, just very briefly regarding the assault claim, which I thought was moot that we weren't going to do today, but a result of that incident that she's claiming is assault, she was arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, with a knife, and she'll admit to that or he'll testify to it if we need to get into that. Regarding his property, he left the property there. He did not retrieve his property at any time, and the property is no longer there. By agreement, very briefly, in June, the opposing party agreed to let him go in and take some pictures and see if it was there. He was there for about 5 minutes and she shut him down and kicked him out. He did not have a chance to ascertain whether the property was there. So all my client's looking for is to get his property back that what remained at the marital house. Marital residence. Thank you, Judge.
You may call your first witness.
Thank you, Judge. I call my client, Mary Kelly.
Thank you. Ma'am, if you'd have a seat right here, just make sure you pull the microphone close to your mouth. And whenever you're ready, counsel.
And to be clear on the time record, we have 15 minutes per side.
Yes, you have 14 minutes and 9 seconds left. You have 14 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Thanks. State your name, please.
Marty Kelly Powell.
You're the petitioner in this matter, correct?
Yes,
You were married to James Anthony Powell on or about April 15th of 2023, correct?
yes,
Separated on or about October 14th of 2024, correct?
yes,
Has your marriage become insupportable due to a conflict of personalities that destroys legitimate ends of the marriage relationship?
yes,
Any hope of reconciliation?
no,
Any children born or adopted during the marriage?
no,
Were you resident domiciliary of Dallas County, Texas at the time you filed for divorce?
yes,
And for the 6-month period preceding the filing of the divorce?
yes,
And you'll be asking the court to grant you a divorce today, is that correct?
yes,
There was an incident of family violence that occurred in this matter, is that correct?
yes.
And when did that occur?
Hold
October,
on 1 second. It's moot.
This is going to go to the conversion claim and why she was scared to return to the house and why she stayed away for 2 weeks. Not about whether or not we're not asking for any damages, but this is going to go to her frame of mind on why she was scared to be at that residence for 2 weeks.
How is that relevant to the conversion claim?
Because they're claiming that she had it and she was there and she did something with it, but she was gone from the residence for 2 weeks and we don't know whether or not he went back during that time.
Okay, go ahead.
That's really what it's about. So there was an incident of family violence that occurred in October of 2023, correct?
yes,
Very brief, let's just tell briefly what the court happened.
November 8th, 2023. James hit me in my ear and I felt this burning in my ear and I looked at my hand and it was filled with blood. And my glasses had flew across the yard. And then in October 2024,
Stay focused on that incident.
yes,
Did the police end up coming?
yes,
Did you end up seeking medical treatment for that?
yes,
Were you in pain from that incident?
Yes.
Was this the first time an assault had ever occurred between you?
No.
Were you arrested as a result of that?
Yes.
Were the charges dismissed?
Yes.
As a result of that, were you fearful of what your husband could do?
Yes.
Okay. Fast forward to when ultimately you all residing at your residence, correct?
Yes.
And what happened when he finally moved out? What was the nexus of that?
Then he broke the window out and came in, and I was scared. I called the police, and the police came out.
What time of day was that?
That was late at night, about 12 a.m.
You know why he broke a window?
He couldn't get in the house. I had locked the door and went to bed.
And did he not have a key?
Yes, he had a key.
And what happened after that?
The police came and separated us.
Okay. And after that, what happened?
The police let him come in the house to get his belongings.
Okay. And did you end up going back in the house that night?
No, I left.
Why did you leave?
I was scared to stay there. The house, the windows was broke out, and I was scared to stay.
And how long did you stay away?
2 weeks.
Why did you stay away for 2 weeks?
Because I couldn't stay there by myself. I was scared, and the windows broke out. I didn't know if he was coming back or not.
Okay. When you returned to the house, what was the state of the house?
The house was tore up. My personal belongings was all over the floor. Everything was trash was everywhere. When it was broke out, glass was everywhere. Front door was open.
When you went back, did it appear to be in the same condition as when you left the night that the police came?
No,
And when you came back to the house, did you see any of the personal property that's in dispute in this matter?
no,
Did you see computers there?
no,
Do you see boxes of his property there?
no,
Did you see any of those computers there prior to that night?
no,
In all the time that you've been from the time he moved in with you, did you ever see all this purported property at the
not
house?
all that reported, not all of the reported property, no.
There was a few computers,
Yes,
a few boxes.
computers,
Okay.
yes,
And if I turned your attention to petitioner's exhibit 20, these are photographs that you took throughout the house in each room of your house. Is that correct?
yes,
It's in the black binder. It's petitioner's exhibit 20, but those are the photographs all over your house, correct?
yes,
And do any of those show any property at the house that is in dispute in this matter?
no,
Has he ever asked you to return the property?
no,
Are you more than happy to return it if you ever find it in your house?
yes,
You have an opportunity to come to the house and inspect to see if any of the property was there recently,
yeah,
correct?
yes,
While this case was pending?
yes.
And what happened?
He came to visit and take pictures in the house. He was allowed to go into the room and look, and I offered the garage for him to look into the garage, and he didn't want to go in the garage. He left.
And what was in the garage?
I have containers and so forth in the garage, but no computers.
Did he look through the boxes and the other objects that were in the garage to see if those computers were in there?
No, he didn't.
Based on this past, do you want him coming back to your house?
No,
As I said, though, if you do find any of this property, more than happy to return it, correct?
yes,
I pass witness.
Ross.
Ms. Powell, the alleged assault that took place in November of 2023, you
yes,
said that he hit you. Isn't it true that you attacked him with a knife?
no,
Isn't it true that you cut him in the face with a knife?
no,
Isn't it true that you were arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon?
yes,
Was that deadly weapon a knife?
no.
What was the deadly weapon?
It was an accusation.
What was the deadly weapon you were charged with using?
I was charged with it. A knife.
A knife?
Yes,
Okay, and you were arrested for that
yes,
as a result of this incident we're talking about. You testified that Mr. Powell has a key to the residence or had a key to the residence.
he still has the key.
Isn't it true that you put a time lock device on it such that he was excluded from the residence?
No,
You seem to have testified that your house was broken into, the door was open, things were a scatter. Is that correct?
Yes.
You also testified that prior to that, the computers, you didn't notice that they were there.
Repeat the question.
So you allege that your house was seemingly broken into in some fashion.
Yes,
You told Mr. Aldinger that you also, prior to that incident, did not notice the computers being there. Is that accurate?
that is accurate.
So this alleged break-in would have had, by your testimony, nothing to do with the computers.
I don't understand the question.
Okay, I'll move on. Petitioner's exhibit number 20, the photographs that you took, when did you take those photographs?
When did I take the photographs?
Yes, ma'am.
Earlier, sometime this year.
After separation, after he moved out?
Yes,
So those pictures do not accurately reflect the contents of that room prior to him moving out, correct?
correct.
No further questions, Judge.
Okay, you redirect.
Just briefly, Your Honor,
Go ahead.
you're not alleging that somebody broke in to the residence after the night that the police came and you all had to be separated, correct?
No,
Essentially, you were just gone for 2 weeks, so you don't know what all your husband took from the residence.
correct.
Yes, witness.
Anything further from this witness?
No further, Judge.
No, Your
Okay.
Honor.
Ma'am, you may return to your seat.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. You may call your next witness.
No more witnesses at this time, Your Honor.
You rest?
Subject to a rebuttal witnesses, yes.
Okay. Counsel, you may call your first witness.
Would like to call James Powell.
Okay. Sir, if you have a seat right there and just pull the microphone close to your mouth.
And Judge, could I have a time check?
Sure, you have 12 minutes and 20 seconds, excuse me. You have 12 minutes and 22 seconds left. Attorney Aldinger, you have 8 minutes and 26 seconds left. You may proceed when you're ready.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Powell, could you take a look at our exhibits, respondents exhibits marked H1 through H3?
I have.
And did you take those photographs?
I did.
When did you take those photographs?
I took those photographs in July when I moved into that residence.
When, July of 2023?
That's correct.
And remind me, when did you get?
I got married in April 15th of 2023.
And do these photographs accurately reflect the computer equipment in that room?
They do.
Did you use that room as an office or study?
I did.
So let me back up a little bit. What do you do for a living, Mr. Powell?
I am a network engineer.
And what type of work do you engage in?
Basically, I engage in the design, maintenance, and repair of computer networks, both small and enterprise level.
And you build computers as well?
I do.
Okay. I want to ask you about the computers in that room. Well, first of all, when you left the marital residence, when did you leave?
I left on 2 a.m. on October 15th of 2024.
And the marital residence was Ms. Kelly's separate property home, correct?
Correct.
And so were you able to return to that home anytime you wanted?
I was not. I was verbally barred from it, warned about returning.
Let me ask you about the property that you left in that room, the computers. How many desktop computers did you have?
I had in excess of 16 to 15 desktop computers.
And computer monitors?
In excess of 8.
What about laptops?
Laptop, 17 to 20.
And any other electronic devices?
Yes, I had a various array of network switches, other networking gear, which include routers, switches, necessary equipment for building a network.
And you build networks?
Yes, I do.
The switches, networks, computers, all the stuff that you brought in there, did you acquire that property prior to marriage?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Did you have any other belongings in the house when you left?
I had several banker boxes filled with personal papers and artifacts. I had also clothing. as well as stereo equipment and a 54-inch color television set.
Okay, and you have not retrieved any of those items, correct?
I have not.
And in fact, if you draw your attention to petitioner's exhibit 16, page 1.
Page 1.
You see that document?
Yes, I do.
What is that document?
You said position is 16, correct? Because I'm seeing 15, 17, and 13.
I took 17 out. If you look at petitioner's 15, page 1,
Yes,
what is that document?
yes, I see that document.
And what is that?
That document basically is a chronological history of my life.
And did you write that document?
I did.
Was that contained in your personal files in the home?
It was.
And petitioner who claims not to have that produced that in discovery, correct?
That is correct.
And produced it as an exhibit today.
That is correct.
But she says she doesn't have it, correct?
That is correct.
I would like to ask you if you could put a value. Now, what's your, tell me your education and training. Where did you go to school?
I went to Purdue University, majored in electrical engineering. I also went to the State University, State University in New York City, SUNY.
Okay. And what are your degrees? You said.
I have no conferred degrees, but I have over 215 college credits, varying from advanced mathematics, including science, the natural sciences, and psychology.
Okay, and how long have you been building networks, building computers?
I've been building computers for in excess of maybe 45 years.
And do you consider yourself an expert in that field?
I do.
Can you place a value to the computer equipment that was left at the residence?
You're going to object to any offer of value by a purported expert. We served requests for disclosures in this matter and asked him to identify any expert witnesses, and his response was he's never been identified as an expert witness and he can't offer this testimony.
Okay.
Your Honor, he can give his opinion testimony as to his own property, the value of his own property.
Overruled.
And what would you estimate the value of the computer equipment to be?
The value of the computer equipment based on your ability of use on an average are about $3,000 to $4,000 per machine.
Per machine, and how many machines were there?
There are in excess of 16 machines.
So it's about $48,000 minimum.
That is correct.
Okay, now there's some allegation that you tried to enter the home. What did you try to break in through a window?
I did not. I got entry into the house, the residence where I resided for almost 6 months after I was barred entry because of a time lock. I was advised that because I do establish residency there, I have a right to re-enter the house by any means necessary.
I would like to draw your attention to our exhibit, husband's exhibit number 13.
I see it. I see it.
And if you go to, what is that? What is exhibit 13?
It is a text, it's a transcript of text messages sent between Mary and myself.
And if you scroll to that second page, I believe it is, did she there, in that text message, did she tell you that because you left, she's free to discard your property?
She does.
Okay.
She does.
Do you believe that she discarded your property?
I do.
Did you at any time since you left in October of 24, at any time did you return to the house and take back any of your computers
That would be no.
or any of the other equipment you've testified to?
That would also be no.
So the last time you saw the equipment, it was under Ms. Kelly's dominion and control, or her possession.
That would be correct.
And in June, correct, you went to the house to see if it was there?
I did.
And were you allowed an effective examination of the home?
I was not. I was given strict rules about what I could and could not do. I could not photograph anything that I saw. When I attempted to photograph, she immediately ejected me from the house. As I retreated from the property, she stood in her lawn and yelled at me and said, "Do you want to check the garage?" But by that time, I'd already been ejected from the property.
Understood. If I could draw your attention to husband's exhibit number 14. Did you take that picture?
Yes, I did.
Did you take that picture when you went to the house?
Yes, I did.
When did you go to the house again?
This would have been in July, not June. It would have been in July that she permitted me to go and enter the house.
July of 2025.
That is correct.
And so that is the state of that room, July of 2025.
That is correct.
And is that the same room as our exhibits 1 through 3?
That is correct.
So exhibits 1 through 3 were taken when you lived there, and exhibit 14 is what it looks like now.
That is correct.
Are there any of your computers in that room?
No, they're not.
Okay. Has Ms. Kelly ever told you what she did with the computers or where they might be?
She has not. She has alluded to having them, and then she reversed it by saying, I have no.
Objection, non-responsive.
Sustained after she has not.
Mr. Powell, do you have any idea where your computer equipment is?
I do not.
Did you take some of your clothes?
I did not.
When you left, you had the clothes on your back.
That is correct.
Did you take any other clothes?
I did not.
And what were the items in the banker's boxes?
Personal papers, certificates, collectibles, electrical equipment, my computer equipment, bits and pieces, network cards, cabling. Several of the boxes contained my 17 laptops.
Okay, so has your inability to use this property affected your ability to earn income?
Yes, it has.
Have you had to replace these items?
Yes, I have.
Have you replaced some, all, none?
I've been able to only replace just one item.
How much work have you lost because of not having your equipment?
About $300 a day.
Objection, Your Honor, speculation, and you can't talk to loss of use of value. That's what I think that's money going to. Because I'm an expert on loss of use.
He asked him, how much work have you lost because of you not having your equipment?
That's part of their loss of use claim, Your Honor. You're not an expert on that. Can't testify to it.
Response?
Judge, he knows how much he makes and what he can do and can't do without his equipment. He's just testifying as to the work that he's not been able to do.
Would object to speculation then as well. Speculative.
Overrule.
About $300 a day
That is correct.
over the course of a year.
That is correct.
So you heard, and I'm going to change gears on you a little bit here. You heard all the stipulations about the property and the divorce. You're in agreement that everybody keep what's in their name,
That is correct.
and everybody keep their cars. You keep the Dodge. She keeps the Toyota.
That is correct.
You just want your computers back and your clothes,
That is
your
correct.
personal items.
That is correct.
No further questions, Judge, at this time.
Okay, pass the witness, counsel.
You testified that how much of this computer is worth?
On an average of about $3,500 to $4,000 each unit.
Now, that's not what you said in your interrogatory that you swore to, is it?
Please explain.
Didn't you say in your interrogatories that these were only worth $2,300 apiece?
2,300, those for the used ones, not for the
That's
ones
not
that we
what you said
built.
in your interrogatory response, Mr. Powell. Is it?
That's not the question that was asked.
Isn't that's not what you testified to?
That's not the question that was asked.
Objection non-responsive.
Sustain.
The fact is, in your response to interrogatory number 19, you stated that 19 computers and 10 laptops have an average value of $2,300 each, correct?
Correct.
And at the time, these were all purchased or built prior to marriage, correct?
Correct.
And the value of property depreciates, correct?
Correct.
And so what was worth when they were purchased aren't what it was worth today, correct?
Correct. Those are the depreciated
Objection
values.
non-responsive.
Sustained after correct.
Additionally, you've changed your testimony about how many computers there were, correct? You stated at various times there was 22, there's 17, there's 19, and there's 22, correct?
They're
Objection,
exactly
misstatement of
not they're-
testimony. Misstatement of my client's testimony.
Let me read this back. You changed your testimony about how many computers there were, correct? You stated at various times there were 22, there's 17, there's 19, and there's 22, correct? I'll sustain it as being vague to specifically when he said when he changed his testimony.
Sure. Today you stated that there were 22 computers, correct?
Correct,
And how many laptops? 17?
correct.
Yet previously you testified in your interrogatories that there were only 10 laptops, correct?
I don't recall what the interrogation says. I don't recall.
You have heard the witness?
Yes.
These are interrogatory answers. Do you see right here where you say 19 personal computers and 10 laptops?
Correct.
So were you lying when you signed these interrogatories under oath?
Objection argumentative.
Um. Sustain,
So
rephrase.
So were you inaccurate whenever you stated that there were today on the number or when you signed these interrogatories?
I'm inaccurate today.
You're inaccurate today?
Yep.
So then you don't really have 22
Yes, I do.
missing computers, correct?
Yes, I do.
Because today you say in your interrogatories that there were only 19 computers. So which is it, Mr. Powell?
There are 19 computers and there are several laptops. I have not seen the material in almost a year. I had a complete,
Sustain.
Time check, Your Honor.
You have 5 minutes and 39 seconds. Counsel, you have 2 minutes and 24 seconds.
And you also stated that the last time you saw that this property purportedly was under my client's dominion and control, correct?
that is correct.
The night that you left the residence, you were still a resident there, correct?
Correct.
There was no legal impediment for you returning to retrieve your property, correct?
That's not correct.
Really? Did she evict you?
She barred me access.
Objection, non-responsive. Did she evict you?
Yes,
Hold
She
on.
filed a formal
Hold a
eviction.
second. Counsel, you're going too fast. Did she evict you? He responded and said she barred me out. And then the next question was, did she evict you? And then I couldn't get your, we didn't catch your objection.
I said eviction, non-responsive.
To which part?
To the eviction. When I asked the eviction and he says, she barred me. That's not a response to, were you evicted?
Overruled. I'll accept
Okay.
his answer.
Okay. She did not file a formal eviction, correct?
to my knowledge, no.
And so there was no legal impediment for you returning to the residence that you resided in, correct?
No, no, that's not correct.
Additionally, you claim that these were under her dominion and control, but the last time that you saw her at that residence, you were at the same residence, correct? On the night that the cops asked you to leave?
Correct.
And you didn't see her go back in the house that night, correct? Because y'all were separated, correct?
No,
Okay,
no,
the witness.
Okay. 1 second. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Powell, regarding the assault, did she cut you with a knife?
yes.
Where did she cut you?
Objection relevance, Your Honor.
What is the relevant?
That there was no legal bar for him to go back in the house. And that he was in fact scared that he might get cut again if he went back to the house.
Okay, sustain.
Okay, so in your interrogatories, as Mr. Aldinger pointed out, there were 29 machines at $2,300 a piece in the interrogatories, right?
That is correct.
I represent to you that value is $66,700. Does that sound about right?
That is correct.
Sustain, don't lead.
Mr. Powell, do you know what 29 times 22,300 is?
Without a calculator, I'd have to do a calculator to find that out.
Okay. So under what you've testified to today, what you've put in your interrogatories, either way, you have lost a significant value by not having these computers.
Correct.
And I think you testified that $2,300 was the depreciated value
Correct.
for 29 machines.
Correct.
And again, just to be clear, you have never entered the home and taken these computers back.
Correct.
Pass the witness, Judge.
Anything further?
Yeah, you're full-time employed this entire time, correct? Throughout this marriage, you've been employed full-time with Aleutians First and Pyramid Consulting Incorporated, correct?
No, not correct.
I'm going to turn your attention to Exhibits 33.
Not the entire time. You said the entire time, not correct.
Sir, wait for the question.
You have been employed by Pyramid Consulting
Mhm.
from July 20, of 23, from November of 22 until August of 2023, correct?
Correct.
And then with Evolution's first, from March of 2024, all the way through at least July of this year, correct?
Correct.
So the all relevant time period, when you claim that you weren't able to work because you didn't have these computers, you were actually employed full-time with Pyramid, correct?
I had a full-time job, correct.
And what specific job were you not able to complete because you didn't have this work?
I also do contract work.
That's not my question. My question was, what work were you not able to complete because you didn't have these computers?
The answer again is I do contract work.
Objection, non-responsive.
Overruled.
But you can't cite to any specific jobs that you lost, correct?
Incorrect.
Well, in your interrogatories, you didn't identify a single job. What you identified was just a vague assertion that there was a bunch of missing work without citing any specific items, correct?
I do contract work, meaning I do computer support, computer repair, and virus removal.
Objection, non-responsive.
Sustained.
Also, you didn't produce a single tax return that shows you had any income from any consulting work, correct?
That information is in my belongings that she has.
And the question was, you didn't respond to produce a single tax return that shows you had any income from consulting work, correct?
Correct.
You also didn't produce a single receipt showing you purchased any computers, correct?
Correct.
You didn't produce a manifest showing the serial numbers from all of this equipment that you supposedly have.
Correct.
And what your response was, you complained that you didn't have access to the computer, so you couldn't get it, correct?
I don't understand the question.
In your interrogatories, you said you couldn't produce those things because you didn't have access to the equipment, correct?
I did not have access to my files.
What kind of computer expert and engineer doesn't have backed up data? You're a computer engineer and a computer expert, and you don't back up your own data?
I do.
Then why weren't you able to produce it in this case, in discovery?
Because the backups are in her possession.
So you're a computer expert and a computer engineer and a computer whiz, and you weren't have the foresight to know that you should have multiple backups in multiple locations?
I do.
Then why
I do
wouldn't you
not
produce it?
back up to the cloud.
So why wouldn't you have multiple backups?
I did.
Is it because it didn't exist?
Incorrect.
I'll pass the witness.
Okay, anything further from this witness?
How much time do I have, Judge? Like 10
1
seconds?
minute and 16 seconds.
Just a couple follow-up questions, Judge.
Go ahead.
Regarding the tax returns, the backup documentation, where was that located?
All in my personal belongings.
That were left in the marital residence when you left?
Correct.
And so you didn't produce those in discovery because why?
I do not have them.
Who has them?
Presumably Mary.
Objection, speculation.
Mary.
Objection,
Hold on, but
speculation.
I didn't catch his answer.
Mary. Mary.
Mary, and your objection,
Is speculation, doesn't know where this is.
sustained.
Did you leave those, when you left the house, were those items in the house?
Correct.
Did you ever go back to retrieve those items?
I have not.
And that goes for tax returns, correct?
Correct.
It goes for your backup data?
Correct.
No further questions, Judge.
Okay, you have 33 seconds left. Counsel, you have 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
You're really telling this court that you're an expert in computers and computer equipment. This is a core part of your business, these 20 whatever computers you have, and you have no backup records of any of this.
Objection asked and answered.
No, that's a new question. Overruled.
Do you ask a question?
Yes, the question was, you're really telling this court that you're an expert in computers and computer equipment. This is a core part of your business, these 20 whatever computers you have, and you have no backup records of any of these.
I do have backups.
But nothing that you produce in this case, correct?
Correct.
If you had a client that retained you and you didn't properly back up all this data, would you expect to get fired?
Objection relevance.
Thank you.
Overruled.
You can answer the question, sir.
No.
I'll pass the witness.
Okay, anything further?
Nothing further, Judge.
All right, sir, you may return to your seat.
Thank you.
You may call your next witness.
I have no further witnesses, Judge.
Okay, what about the witness in the hallway
He's my witness, Your Honor.
that you arrested?
Well, I would just call him in a rebuttal, but I don't need him for rebuttal.
Okay,
I just might recall my client.
Okay.
The briefest of questions.
okay, go ahead.
In rebuttal.
Yeah, go ahead.
And just time check, Your Honor.
1 minute and 25 seconds, and you still have 33 seconds. You may proceed.
When did he move into the house?
In April 2024,
And at the time he moved in, is that what that room looked like? He testified that the photographs in his exhibits 1 through 3 were what it looked like when he moved in. Is that what it looked like when he moved in?
no,
Do you have any idea when it looked like that?
no,
Did you ever tell him not to come back to the
no,
house? Okay. Did you tell him you knew where any of this stuff was ever?
I don't know where it is.
Okay. Has he ever asked you for it?
No,
And there's various photographs that the PI took in this case. And in those photographs, can you see where he's carrying some of these possessions that he claims he didn't have?
yes,
And part of the agreement for him to come to the house in relation to this inspection, part of that agreement that we signed a Rule 11 agreement on was that he wouldn't take photographs outside of his possessions that were there, correct?
yes, correct.
Yet he still did that, correct?
Yes, he did.
Is there anything else that you think the court needs to know?
I don't know where his stuff is.
But if you did, you would return.
If I knew, he could have it. I just want to move on.
You're asking for a divorce today?
I am asking for divorce today.
I'll pass the witness.
You just ran out of time. Oh, 33 seconds.
Well, I don't want to draw your attention. There's an exhibit, text messages, husband's exhibit 13. Isn't it true that you told him that because he left the house, you were free to discard his items?
Yes, he left some vitamins.
Objection to non-responsive to anything after yes?
Sustain.
No further questions, Judge?
All right. I have a question. So the date of marriage is April 15, 2023, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And he moved into the house April of 2024?
No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. In 2024, yes, ma'am.
All right. You may return to your seat. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I have a question for you, sir. Because this is kind of puzzling. Your work involves computers,
Yes, ma'am.
and you left the home without what was essential to your work?
I did not leave the home, Your Honor. I was forcefully removed from the home and not allowed to return.
Okay, but even with that, when you were forcefully removed, you didn't want to try to get anything to take with you?
I was not allowed to take anything with me. I was only allowed to take my cell phone and my glasses and my medication. That's all that I was allowed to take,
Based on what she told you?
based on what the officer told me.
Do you all have a police report or anything?
There is, but it wasn't admissible. But we do have a police incident report from the night.
I mean, I guess I'm just looking to see, if the officer mentioned anything about him asking to take anything with him. Because I know, I mean, I know you can understand my struggle with that. He does this for a living. Yes, ma'am.
So the police separated us and put me on one side of the house, and the sergeant came in and said, can he come in and get his belongings? And I said, he can come and get whatever he want. And the two female officers kept me on the opposite side of the house because there's a petition in my house you can't see on the other side. And the sergeant came in with him to allow him to get whatever he wanted to get.
And you're saying that didn't happen.
That did not happen, Your Honor. That is not correct.
So they didn't allow you to take anything out of the house.
That is correct. They did not allow me to take anything. I wasn't allowed to get clothes or anything, just my cell phone, my medication, and my glasses.
All right. So what the court is going to do is announce you all divorced today, and I'll get you all a ruling sent out by the end of today.
Thanks.
If not, within like an hour or so.
Perfect.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Yes, you're all dismissed. Thank you.